guys, how's it going? It's Lindsey Bell. I am back today doing a video as promised on my game day hair and makeup. I asked a few videos ago if everyone would like to hear about kind of my whole game day routine, and I got a lot of awesome comments back about wanting to hear more about the whole situation. Obviously, I don't have my face on. I did my hair real quick because it's super easy and there's not a lot that goes into it. But my face, I feel like kind of seeing the steps and how I do it is really important. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with my face because I feel weird being so naked on camera. Here we go. On game days, if I have a chance, I like to start with a mattifying skin mask. I have a couple of go-tos that I really love. This first one's from Sephora. It's a green tea mask for mattifying and anti-blemish. And the second option that I've tried that I really like is the GlamGlow Supermud clearing treatment. It's the one in the white bottle. There are a couple different ones. Because my skin's a little bit oilier, it's just nice to start out on a very mattified surface. If I don't get a chance to do the mask, say we have an earlier game, it's no big deal, but it just helps in keeping everything matte throughout the day. From there, I start with my primer. I use the Benefit Porefessional. It's a balm and goes on nice and smooth to kind of smooth out my whole skin tone to begin with. You don't have to overdo it. I use literally just a little dab. At this point, I also go ahead and put on my eyeshadow primer. I use the Urban Decay Anti-Aging. Now that I'm primed up and looking smoother already, it's time to go ahead and put my base on. Because it's so hot and humid and I'm sweating pretty much profusely, I like to use a base that's not very matte, not very heavy, something that's a little more translucent that you could build for more coverage. And I also make sure I get it really close to my skin tone because when I'm sweating and the sweat is dripping down my face, the last thing I want to see in pictures are lines of, you know, makeup where I've sweated off. Because of this, I've really taken to Mercier's foundations. I used to use just her tinted moisturizers, which are the best in the business, but I've switched up to a foundation just for a little bit more coverage and found that it stays on really well. The one I use right now is the Mercier Silk Cream Oil-Free Photo Edition Foundation. And to put it on, I use the Must Have Foundation brush from Sephora. I squeeze just a little from the tube onto the brush and put it all over my face. If you want a little heavier coverage, using a beauty blender for this also works. And although for years I never put any makeup on my forehead, I've been doing it lately because of the sunscreen in the makeup that helps to keep my forehead from getting sunburnt while I'm out in the sun cheering. Because I spray tan for game days, my body tends to be tanner than my face. So at this point, I just use a little bit of bronzer to go ahead and even everything out. Nothing crazy, just making my face match the rest of my body. Next up, I'm gonna add a little concealer. I use the Hourglass Concealer in Sand. It's a bit of a splurge, but I find it doesn't set into fine lines or get too cakey on my face. I have a little sunspot on the front of my nose, so I go ahead and conceal that a little and then just do my under eyes because I have some dark circles. Oh, note here, usually I use an eye serum to kind of keep my eyes nice and bright, but on game day I don't, just because it's a little bit oilier and I'm worried that my makeup will start to slick off because of it when I start sweating. So stay away from adding any extra moisturizers or anything that's unnecessary onto your skin. Next, I blend. Sometimes I'll use a beauty blender for this, sometimes I won't, just kind of depends. Right now it's drying because I cleaned it, so I'll just use my fingers. Since I use this as a highlighter and also because I don't want it like kind of melting off my face as it's something that's a little heavier, I use a setting powder to set my concealer in place. Here I use the Makeup Forever HD Pressed Powder. It's colorless, so I just use it to mattify. Now my face is set, so everything else from here on my face is just addition to make me look good. I go ahead and contour. I use the Anastacia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in light to medium. I have the powder one. Darcy uses the cream, my best friend Darcy, and it looks great too, so it's kind of just like up to you, whatever you use. And I am not a contour specialist, so I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. There's definitely some other people. Nikki Tutorials is great. Manny Mua, I watch his contour videos. So many people who are really good at it that listening to me, I feel like I'm like, I don't know, watch them, they're really good at it. But I do contour because I think it's important. To make contouring easy, I use the Makeup Forever Straight and Wavy brush. It's awesome because it has two sides that you can use. It's kind of a no-brainer brush. And finally, the last contouring thing that's a little bit out of the ordinary. I know a lot of people contour their nose, but because mine, it's not really wide, it's just, I don't know, big. I feel like my nose is big. I contour along the sides, just in between my eyes and along my nose. Nothing crazy. I don't want it to be too noticeable, but just makes it look a little bit tinier. Makes me a little more confident, y'all. Last thing for my face, I'm not a huge fan of highlighters because I feel like I'm oily enough already. I don't need to be any shinier, but I do use the NARS Orgasm Blush because I think adding a little color is awesome. It's my go-to and has been for years. If you get a different blush, I understand, but I don't know why you don't get this one. So that's my face. Now I just add some brows and some eyes. And just like that, I'm almost finished. For eyeshadow, I use the Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay. It's perfect for my golden skin tone and hazel colored eyes. To line my eyes, I use the L'Oreal Liquid Liner in black. And then for mascara, I use the Kevyn Aucoin, the Volume Mascara. And then I'll finish my eyes off with the Benefit Bad Gal Liner. This one's waterproof. In real life, I would line my waterlines, but for game days, I go ahead and tight line it, which is just kind of putting making sure right in between each little lash, there's some eyeliner. Does that make sense? So that there's no broken parts. But if you put it along your waterline, as soon as you start sweating, it's just gonna like come off. To finish off the look, it's not game day without an awesome red lip. I use the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Mysterious Red. I heard this is what Taylor Swift uses, so if she can use it for concerts, I can use it for game day, right? Once your red lip's on, you're almost ready to go. One final touch to make sure everything stays in place. I finish off with a spritz of a finishing spray. I use Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray for oil control. And finally, the biggest rule about game day makeup is from here on out, you do not touch your face. Never again is your face touched until you're ready to take your makeup off. For my hair, I have a very simple process. I start with just one product on my hair. I use the Aveda Smooth Infusion Style Prep Smoother. I run it through my damp hair as soon as I get out of the shower before blow drying. My next step is the funnest one. I use Tress Match hair extensions. Mine are 20 to 22 inches. They're like a blonde brown or something like that. And they're real rummy hair, so I can curl them in my head. They're clip-in extensions. Let me see, I've hidden my clips really well. Back here are some clips. I love them. On game days, it's really nice because they act like a hat, which sounds like it would be hot, and it is, trust me, but it kind of keeps the sweat underneath and keeps it from coming out and making all of this part and this part of my hair look, I don't know, gross and nasty. Yes, I get sweaty, but it kind of helps keep the curl in too. Speaking of curls, I use a wand on my hair. I feel like it stays better than a curling iron. I'm not really sure why. It's probably user error, honestly, but this wand works really well for me. I use a Remington circular wand. Super inexpensive, only like 20 or 30 bucks, and totally does the job. I feel like it's just an awesome look for my hair. Nice, loose, kind of beachy curls. So that's my game day routine. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments. Also, anything that I used today is down in the description so that you can go check it out. I won't lie, I'm not a pro at makeup. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to do my eyes and how to contour, things like that. But I am a pro at keeping it on your face. Hopefully some of the tips will work for you and you can use them in the future. Thanks for watching my video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a vlog. Talk to you soon. Bye.